Okay, so I just got done seeing Sausage Party. Yeah, starring Seth Rogen and Kristen Wiig and Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, James Franco, Salma Hayek. Um, I know I'm Michael Sarah. A lot of people in this movie. So seeing the trailers, I don't know, a while back, right? Saw the trailers and thought, this this crazy, this ridiculous. It could be a good movie on par with, like, say, a Family Guy type of movie, right? Which I am a fan of. I will say I'm a fan of Family Guy. Generally, there's some episodes, but anyway, went into this movie. Just got done seeing it. Was disappointed. I was disappointed with this movie. By the way, if you're doing a review like I am currently, and you're trying to look for images, for pictures to use in your video, like I use, be very careful the wording in your search engine. Just putting it out there. Be careful. Anyway, so okay. So the premise is you have Seth Rogen's character, who ends up in this situation where he finds out the truth of what happens to food. So he's trying to save everyone. I'm being very, very general here because I'm trying not to give away anything, but that's basically it. I mean, it's not like it's a deep plot. It's not. There's a few more parts. Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole point in the movie, and the plot itself, the story of it, is all ridiculous, right? That's not why we see these movies. We see them for enjoyment. We see them for the laughs. So did it deliver on the laughs? Yeah, yes and no. There's some really funny moments in here. They do kind of play on some of the names of the foods, which works, and some of the plays on those names I find a little offensive, and maybe that's kind of the point. Is it's supposed to be offensive, funny, in your face. I just found it offensive. There's actual characters in here that I find offensive, and it takes me out of the movie a little bit. There's some jokes, the way they do them, the way they word it, which works for me, and there's some jokes that are just in your face, over the top, for the sake of being that, so they're not as clever. I like the other ones. They are a bit more clever for me, and they work better. But that's my opinion on it. So the plot's just kind of there. The humor it's there, and then it's not. I mean, it kind of falters out a little bit, and when the humor does fall, you have to look at the plot to kind of build up your interest in the movie, and it wasn't there. So and the voice cast was a voice cast, so I can't say that they really brought anything to these characters. These characters didn't really have anything going on for them. It's just a weird movie. The animation was a bit weird for me, which I thought it might be, and there's some kind of dark turns it takes. This movie is very hard, like really hard. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say on this movie. I was disappointed. There's a little commentary that kind of dwells into kind of social commentary, and knocks at history and everything else, and I get what they were trying to do. It just didn't work for me. It didn't deliver for me. And the ending, the last 10 minutes or so of this movie, absolute nuts. Just absolute nuts. Goes completely off the rails. So this is one of those movies where when the humor did work, it worked great. I mean, there were some scenes that were just bust out in loud laughing, holding your gut, type of laughter. And then there were the other jokes which didn't work for me at all. And in fact, there are some jokes that were a bit offensive to me. Like I didn't find any humor in it. So the same thing with the characters, and there's like a side plot that's really not relevant at all. It just kind of deviates from the main purpose, but it also kind of helps with the dragging out part. I mean, this movie was an hour and 29 minutes, and I felt like it was too long. So that being said, I don't hate this movie. It was enjoyable in some parts of it. There was definitely some really good humor involved in it, and there were some things where I saw what they were trying to do. So giving it a rating 1 through 10, I'm actually going to give it a 5 out of 10. I know like I said, I was knocking it quite a bit, but I think a 5 out of 10 is fair. I don't dislike the fact that I saw the movie. I just don't intend to be buying it. I don't intend to see it again. But that's the thing about film. It's all subjective, especially comedy and horror. Those are like the two main ones that are very subjective. So, whereas I didn't find it as much enjoyment out of it. Maybe you guys did. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie and of my review of it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Click that like button, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other vids. There actually is a tournament I am doing, rather, that it's going to incorporate graphic novel, comic book movies. And if you haven't, go check that video out and leave a comment there of what you want to see in the tournament. Anyway, thanks again, guys, and until next time, peace.